Hello, today we're going to look at solving equations. So we're going to tackle two equations today, hopefully a reasonably straightforward one and then a little bit more involved. So in the end we're looking to solve this, so we're looking to find the value of x. So what value of x is going to satisfy this. Now most of you I would hope pretty easily could see that the value is 1, and sometimes in some equations it's pretty easy to see the solution, but really what we want to do is develop a method or a technique that's going to help us, so when we get onto really tricky ones it's going to be foolproof. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave the x's on this side of the equation, so over to the left, and we're going to get the numbers over to that side. So what we're going to do, we're going to get rid of this 7 because we only want x on this side, so let's get rid of that 7. Well, we've got plus 7, so to get rid of it we do the opposite, so we subtract 7. And we've got to do it to both sides because it's an equation, it must balance. So plus 7, subtract 7 gives us 0, so we're left with a 4x. And 11, subtract 7 gives us 4. So we get 4x equals 4. Again, we want x on its own, so we've got to get rid of this 4. So let's do the opposite. So the 4, what's the 4 doing to the x? Well, it's multiplying it. So let's do the opposite. Let's divide both sides by 4. So dividing this by 4 we get x, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So x is one side, numbers other, and if you want to get rid of something you do the opposite. I'm going to show you a slightly different way of tackling this, or a slightly different way of thinking about this. Another way of thinking about this is to change side, change sign, and it works exactly the same sort of process as the balancing, or it gives you exactly the same result as the balancing. So what we're going to do, again we're going to leave the x's this side, so we're going to get rid of the 7. So it's a plus 7, we take it over to the other side, becomes negative 7. So it's change side, change sign. So the plus 7 becomes a negative 7. So we get 4x equals 4, and then we can continue from where we were there. So it's up to you which way you prefer, whether you prefer the balancing technique, which add, subtract, or do whatever you want to do to the same side, to both sides, or whether you employ the change side, change sign method. Whichever one you feel most comfortable with. Now over to this. I'm going to leave x's on this side and numbers on this side. So I'm going to get rid of this 6 first. I only want x's here. I'm going to go for the change side, change sign method. So I'm left with 7x here. We've got 3x plus 30, and it becomes subtract 6. So we get 7x equals 3x plus 24. We only want numbers on this side, so I'm going to get rid of this x. Change side, change sign. So we get 7x, subtract 3x equals 24. So 7x, subtract 3x, that gives me 4x. We get 4x equals 24, and another way of doing this from here is saying 4 multiplied by what gives us 24. Well, the answer is 6, so x equals 6. You could have divided both sides by 4 as well there. It's up to you, whichever method you prefer. Now, one thing to do when you're doing equations is double check the answer. You should always check back into your original equation to check that they work. So let's check this 6. 7 multiplied by 6, 42. Add 6, that's 48. And then we've got 3 multiplied by 6 here, that's 18. Add to 30, 48. So 48 equals 48. X equals 6 works. So please remember to check back into your original equation. It always gives you a lot of confidence if you know you've got your answer correct. Goodbye, and thanks for watching.